All right, greetings. Welcome back to Blackburn News, where everything is connected. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Good to see you. I know YouTubers are slow to get in here because I posted the show a little bit later today. Sorry, guys. I cannot post the show always early. I do what I can, but just assume we'll be here Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. If you're wondering, just assume we'll be here. How y'all doing? Good to see you. We've got some people in Rockfin cruising in already. Denver, what's up? William? Key biomethane crop on peat emits 3 times more CO2 than using natural gas. Yeah, well, that makes sense. It also makes sense because biofuels tend to take more inputs than the benefit, the beneficial output. Corn, ethanol is insane as an idea. The idea that you're going to grow biofuels is already proven to be ridiculous. So, all right, Shani, some people strolling into YouTube. Yeah, I wanted to start the show on time. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. I wanted to start the show on time because it's one more super hot day today. It's going to be warm tomorrow again too, I guess, but and who knows, how the weather goes, right? They say it's going to be 94 tomorrow, but we may get another scorcher. I mean, 94 is a scorcher, right? I think officially, but it's supposed to be 102 degrees today. So we get it one more day of just whack you over the head weather. It's been like 4 or 5 days straight. I mean, prior to it being 100 degrees every day, or 105 every day, which it has been 105 every day. I think it got up to 110 last Thursday or Wednesday. I don't know what it was. One day it was real hot. But anyways, prior to that, it was in the 90s for, the week prior to that too. So it was very toasty already. But anyways, 4 or 5 days of this will actually cook your brain, and I'm feeling cooked. I'm feeling like I can't really function very well right now. So this morning has been a bit of a struggle. You do what you can. Anyways, but after tomorrow, they say is supposed to get back down into like manageable weathers. It's going to be in the 70s. I cannot wait. Because then I will be able to think again. And I will be able to think, and I will be able to function and do things. Right now, I cannot function. I cannot do things. It's really, really hard. Every day is swimming through molasses. And you're just trying to get like the bare minimum done. And everybody else is feeling that way too. So everything is moving like really slow and really strange. So it's not really great. Anyways, wanted to start the show on time because I don't know how long I have until my ice blocks give way, and my computer it's so hot that my computer is not functioning in my house. Like generally my computer is fairly functional even inside my house, even when it's warm, but it's so hot that like I had to put ice blocks under my computer just to get some things done today because my computer was just completely frozen because it was so hot. Anyways, trying to get through the day. Yes, 30 degrees almost in one day. Well, we'll see. They keep changing it. Let's say it's going to drop 20 degrees. They say the high on Wednesday is going to be 83, and on Thursday it's going to be 77. So yeah, about 30 degrees in a few days, not one day. Anyways, severe weather is rearing its ugly head. Have you heard some good different stories this week? And we haven't even gone near the whole like migrants taking over certain towns or certain places in different cities. There seems to be a new one out of Ohio, and I don't even know if this is correct or not, but I'm just bringing that up as a things we haven't covered. Old as dirt sliding in to Rockfin. What's up? We're live on Rumble, Rockfin, and YouTube. People are watching on. This is so weird. We have the same number of people watching on every channel. That's interesting. All right. But y'all are getting in here. Tor, thank you so much for the tip on Rockfin. Got a tip from Tor. Speaking of Rockfin tips, I still haven't gotten mine. And I'm a little bit... they used to send them on the 1st, and then that started being the 5th, and now it's the 9th. And I'm like, I actually rely on these tips to pay my bills. And I was kind of expecting them to come in on a certain day, and it's the 9th of September, and I'm like... yeah, I was going to pay a bill with those tips, and now that bill is late. And so that's how that goes. But anyway, it's just a little bit concerned about that. I suppose I should ask Rockfin what's going on. But hey, everybody. Thanks, Tor. Thanks for the tip. Oh, but what I wanted to talk about was, or what I wanted to mention really quickly before we get too far gone. I was listening to a story about insurance rate. I think it was Patrick Bet David saying that is insurance rates are, obviously going up, and we know this. And I suppose we can, what I'm talking about specifically is homeowners insurance. So what I was hearing was that a lot of people who try to buy houses in California, the home purchase does not go through because the homeowners insurance is unaffordable. And that's interesting. If you need homeowners insurance to buy a house and you can't get it because it's unaffordable, that's an issue. Makes everything even more unaffordable, right? Anyways, and why would that be? Why would the homeowners insurance be going up so high? Denver, that's what I'm thinking too. And there's another concept I wanted to talk about. But first of all, I was just trying to stay on the insurance thing. I mean, obviously the economy is not great. Obviously, and also we have these, major. So what could be causing all this, the insurance to be skyrocketing? I heard several different things. One theory is that there's a lot of scams going on by contractors who, roofers specifically, but I guess other contractors, that they are getting people to do these home repairs and then charge it to their insurance. Could be one reason, but another reason that homeowners insurance could be going sky high is that we have all these extreme weather situations that are going on, right? We have wildfires, floods, droughts, shifting landslides, and it probably is getting very costly for them to keep doing business, so it could be. And the most likely explanation is that it's a combination of both, right? A combination of natural disasters, extreme weather taking a toll on the claims, and then you also have scams going on, and but it's happening everywhere. Even auto insurance is going up. Strangely, so I have insurance because I'm driving like a rental car right now. So they have I have insurance through the my rental agreement, but so I don't have the traditional car insurance that I once had. But right before I canceled my traditional insurance, they were saying they're not doing year insurance anymore. Sorry, you can see that my shirt is broken down. So they're only doing 6-month policies, and that's interesting, right? The auto insurance, you can only get a 6-month policy. They don't do year policies anymore. I was like, what? Why is that? Why is that? That's very strange. And that is leading me into another thing that I wanted to say, is that I think there are some I think the financial situation and Creative Experiments, I'm sure, is going to be like, listen to me. Anyways, there's been a few things that have happened over the past few weeks that lead me to believe that there are some deep financial, there's going to be a sinkhole, a financial sinkhole that's going to open up pretty soon. And I don't mean to scare everybody. I'm just, or maybe even scare myself, but it is a little bit frightening. It makes me wonder, like what is really going on. But it seems, and I'm sure it's because people everywhere are having problems paying their bills and paying their mortgage and paying their credit card things on time. And that has having a cascading effect on everything else, right? And so I thought the market would tank in 2016 too, Steph. Yeah. But I don't know. There's just been a few things that have happened that have led, just made me go, I don't know, this thing with Rockfin. I don't know. Maybe they're okay. Maybe there's an explanation for it. Maybe I'm not, maybe it's wrong to suppose that something is amiss. Hopefully everything's okay, and there's a completely logical explanation for it. But it does seem a little bit weird. My phone company has been like super aggressive about if I'm late, like a day, like literally like I was late on my internet bill by like It was like 3 days, and they're like sending me notices that they're going to cut my service off, and I was like, it's 3 days. Like, it's 3 days after it was due. You're tripping. You are absolutely tripping. But it makes me think, oh, I bet you a lot of people are behind. A lot of people are not paying, or they're, they must be, something is right. There just have been a few things that have made me, go like, oh, I see that, yeah, it seems like the corporations are looking a little shaky. Companies are looking a little shaky everywhere, right? Maybe I'm just putting together random things and painting the wrong picture. I could be. But I mean, if taking as a whole, the economy as a whole, taking the rates of inflation, the fact that people are actually falling, whatever you see on the news or whatever the people are trying to tell you about the economy, like, yeah, well, they can all pay their bills and afford to buy food and stuff and comfortably sit on a camera and tell you that, like, the economy, we added so many jobs and the economy is stronger than ever, or it's okay, it's just a little something, right? But let me tell you what every single person I talk to says. I'm sweating. Every single person I talk to is like, "Oh my God, I'm barely fucking holding it together." Every single person I talk to is like, "Oh shit, I don't know what's going to happen." Like, people are really, really struggling, and there might be a few people out there that they're doing okay, they're comfortable. Well, actually, I've seen a couple friends, like, on social media that run businesses that look very successful, hinting that maybe they're not, that things are bumpy, right? The success that you see on the screen is not all it's cracked up to be, right? Or maybe it's not that successful. I don't know. Anyways, everybody's feeling it. Yes, everybody's feeling the pinch, Shani. This is true. I mean, some people are doing, some people are surviving. Some people are doing okay. Some people are gainfully employed. Some people have, money to pay the bills and buy food and all that kind of good stuff. And that's, but there are a lot of people that are, like, falling through the cracks. And that's another thing I'm hearing. I'm hearing people leaving, moving, obviously for financial reasons. That's been happening. Hearing people moving out of the state, So, who knows? Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe this is as bad as it gets. I don't think so. And I actually, it wouldn't surprise me if something, went down pre-election. But who knows? Maybe it's the beginning of 2025 when things really fall apart. Who knows? What's the other thing that I've been seeing a lot lately? Let me tell you this, and I tell you this as somebody who doesn't support either party. I tell you this as somebody who is deeply, dismay at the state of politics. Let me tell you that Trump is going to win in a motherfucking landslide. Like, there's going to be and it's going to be weird if they're trying to make it seem like it's neck and neck. But let me tell you right now, it is not neck and neck. Not at all. If you took an unadulterated poll on Twitter or someplace, it would be like 90% Trump. It would be one of those polls that we saw in 2016. 90% Trump, 10% Dems. I'm saying that I don't have any skin in the game because I'm not voting for either one, and I don't like either one. But let me tell you right now, Trump is going to murder. Like, he's going to absolutely murder in November. It's not even it's hands down. You know why? You know why this is? In California, in Los Angeles, in the bluest city, one of the bluest cities in the bluest states. Probably a bluer city is San Francisco. probably number one blue city is like San Francisco. You might want to go Seattle, like those West Coast cities. Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, LA. Those are like deeply blue cities. Deeply blue cities. In Los Angeles, I see frickin' Trump rallies. I see people driving around with Trump flags out of their cars. I see a few Harris lawn signs. I think I've seen one bumper sticker for Harris in Los Angeles. I went to the beach the other day and there was a Trump booth on the beach and people were lined up at the Trump booth. Let me tell you right now, no, Pete, I'm sorry, you're in for a disappointment. You are in for a grave disappointment. Unless they take Trump out, unless they do something to him, no way, no how. He's crushing. He's gonna crush. There were people lined up on the beach at a Trump booth trying to get hats and stickers and whatnot. We're talking about Los Angeles. We're talking about a deeply blue city in a deeply blue state. And if that, you can see, the debate is tomorrow. You know what, guys? Hey, actually, that's a good idea, Shawnee. What time is the debate tomorrow? Thank you, Shawnee, for pointing that out, because actually that's a great idea. Because it's, you know why it's a great idea is because Harris can't waltz. It's a great idea because I can't do the show tomorrow at 11, so it would be a better fit for me to do it at night. I was gonna do something else tomorrow, an upload or something, or maybe do like a book reading at night. But let me see. When's the debate? What time is the debate tomorrow? Yeah, it's September 11th week too, by the way. So maybe we're probably gonna do something on Wednesday commemorating the September 11th. I'm telling you right now. I mean, you can emotionally, you can be emotionally attached to the, you could be like, I hate Trump so much, no way he's gonna win. He is so bad. You could do that all day long. You can blue MAGA me all day long. You can, whatever. There's plenty of propaganda on social media. I'm seeing people out there that are just like super hardcore Harris. Yeah, they're there. But I'm telling you right now, no fucking way. People hate. Here's another thing. I picked up somebody yesterday. Was talking to somebody, lives in where was it? South Central. Black dude, musician. He's like, I'm voting Trump. He's like, F these people, F all this, I'm voting Trump. I was like, picked up another dude, white dude, trucker, the other day. Trump. From black people and white people, Trump. I'm telling you right now, ain't no way it's going to be a landslide murder. And if it's anything other than that, I won't believe it. I won't freaking believe it. No way. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it at all. And I think, they're trying to make it seem like it's close. It ain't close. There's no way it's close. Because if I'm seeing so much just, on the ground Trump support in Los Angeles comparatively, nope. Imagine what it is in the rest of the country. Imagine what it is. And what you don't, what you don't understand is that people don't like Kamala. They do not like her. Just like Hillary. People are they try to go, oh, that's racist and sexist, and you don't like her because she's a strong black woman. No, they hate her ass. They hate her ass. Why? Because she's fake as fuck. She is fake. She is fake, phony, horrible. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. I don't care what your, if you think like, oh no, gee, that's just a lie, and she's really good, and people just misunderstand. I'm talking unvarnished, how people feel emotionally. Don't like her. Do not like her. Unpopular, unlikable, unsellable, unwinnable. Not going to win. She's not going to win. And Democrats, you're just going to be disappointed. That's not me saying, well, don't vote or don't care about it or don't support people you want to, support her if you want to support her, whatever. I'm just telling you, if you think it's going to be close or if you think she's going to win, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. It's just not. Unless they're trying, unless they lock Trump up, unless they lock Trump up or charge him with something else or some other thing, you get your October surprises. Something falls out of the news. Something falls out of the sky and just knocks Trump off the podium. Oh, here it is. It's here. But I'm just telling you, if it was today, if it was today, it would be a red state. It would just, every state would be red state murder. It just, no way. No way. She's a cop. She's dull and she's fake. Yeah. And nobody believes anything that she has to say. And nobody believes that she's going to do anything that she says she's, they are, I can't tell you how deeply unpopular the Democratic Party is right now. And for people that are diehards, people that are like, no way. If you live in a little Democratic bubble, maybe it seems like that's not true. I'm sure there are people out there that live in, little bubbles where they're like, this is going to be great. Harris is going to win. It's going to be 4 more years of Democratic. No, I'm telling you, no way. Ain't no way. I'm sorry to bring you that bad news. So, the question is, what do we do with that? What do we do, with the fact that Trump's going to win? And, what do you do with that information? Where do you go from there? What's the forward looking position from that? I'm not sure. That's something that we have to figure out. I think we need to figure out a way to, I think it's a high time for alternative social media sites, chat rooms, payment options, ways that we need like an alternative economy built around alternative, some kind of alternative internet / social media sites. I don't know. This is all very nebulous, but I'm thinking on it. Look, we need to get outside of the sites that we're on. We need to get outside of them very quickly. And I know other people have been talking about this. Obviously, this is not an original concept. Obviously, Whitney Webb is talking about that, and other people. But I'm thinking on it. I'm thinking on it for us, for my followers and the people that follow this channel and watch this channel and want to receive information. I'm thinking about, ways to move to other platforms or consolidate this show into another platform where we can have more autonomy and maybe, having like 1 or 2, payment support options, right? Rather than all these, the Venmo, the PayPals and all that, and all the super chats and the super rays. Like we'll have like, I don't know what yet. I'm thinking on it. I'm not sure what the answer is yet, but I'm thinking deeply on it. Okay. There was a lot of ramble there. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do with a Trump presidency for the next 4 years? Where do you go from there? Where do you start? How do you start? You start building a third party. Are you going to save the Democratic Party? You think the Democratic Party can be saved, or Gavin Newsom's going to be 2028 and come and win it all? Can we build a different political movement outside of the red and the blue? Oh, I didn't forget. Yes, Dick Cheney does support Harris. Dick Cheney. And there are people, this is what was ridiculous, is on my social media feed, there are actually people like reposting this, like, Dick Cheney supports Kamala. I was like, that is not an endorsement that you want, bro. That is not an endorsement that you want. Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney supports Kamala. That is like, I was trying to find, I tried to say like Charles Manson for Harris, but probably one of the most reprehensible, disgusting people ever. Political animals ever. Donald Rumsfeld is up there with Dick Cheney as a disgusting political animal. John Podesta, disgusting political animal. But Dick Cheney is cream of the crop as far as disgusting political animals go. And came out in support of Harris, and people are like reposting this as if it's a good thing. I was like, you are out of your minds. You people have lost the plot. This is another reason why Trump is going to absolutely just clown Harris, because people are putting this out as if this is like serious news, as if this means something to people other than the fact that like, oh, look, Darth Vader endorsed Kamala. I'm definitely not voting for that. Like, that's what that means. You are so lost in the frickin' sauce that you don't understand. The visual of that is disgusting. The actual, like, the impression of that on people is disgusting. People who know anything about anything are like, oh no, Dick Cheney, no, I don't want his endorsement. No. And you think you're going to win? No, you're not going to win. So what do you do though? What do you do with the Trump? Trump for the next 4 years, we're going to have to figure out like what, take a defensive position on another level. But Henry Kissinger. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it'd be kind of like the same as Henry Kissinger going, I'm going to vote, cast my vote for Kamala. Rockfin, is you good? Cool. Maybe Liz Cheney will replace Kamala on the Democratic ticket. I mean, they're literally just changing sides, right? You have Tulsi and RFK joining Trump, and then you have Cheney and some of the other, like, centrist Republicans backing Kamala. It's ridiculous. Who am I going to vote for? I mean, RFK Jr. is out of the race. And I didn't know, if I vote for anybody, it's probably going to be Jill Stein. If even that. I'll probably vote for Jill Stein just because she's closest to my conscience. I probably would have thrown a vote at RFK. Even though I don't understand his crazed Zionist position, but I probably would have voted for RFK, but I'm not, obviously not. And now I'm super bummed out at RFK Jr. Now I feel like, all right, well, I was thinking maybe I wasn't going to get hoodwinked with RFK, but now I feel like a dupe. I mean, I feel like he says a lot of important things that need to be said, but the fact that he came out and said, I'm going to suspend my campaign and support Trump. That's like supporting the Sith Lord. It's just, you know, yeah, it's like, okay, I will, you know, I know that independent parties are important, but I'm going to have to back the empire. What? So weird. Okay, let's okay. Well, before we go any further, did somebody give me a time of the debate? Oh boy, this is going to be great, as in terrible. 9 p.m. Eastern, so that would be 6 p.m. here. He is weird as fuck. Yes. Okay, so tomorrow, guys, no show at 11 a.m. No show at 11 a.m. We're going to watch the debate together. We're going to call it, what, 6 or 6:30? 6-ish, okay? We'll say 6 o'clock here, and we'll just run, you know, we'll talk about it. How long does it go, though? How long does it go? 90 minutes. 90 minutes. 90 minutes. All right. So tomorrow night, debate watch, 6 p.m. Pacific time. 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Everybody hang out here. Okay? All right. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Jesus Christ, it's hot, you guys. It's 99 degrees right now outside. That means inside here, it's like super hot. Will Kamala be drunk? That's, I don't know. It's going to be Adderall versus NyQuil. I don't know. Or versus gin and tonic. What do you think Kamala drinks? It's tomorrow. All right. Let's try and cover some news before I melt. I'm about to melt, yo. We're not even going to get to all the headlines today. Or all the things that were in the headline of this show. Martinis? Think she drinks martinis? Long Island. That was my drink of choice back in the day. Or at least one of them. I used to love me some Long Islands. Shoot. Fast acting. We used to have hot drinks in here for men who want to get drunk quick. What's that? What movie is that line from? The only thing we got here is hard liquor. Anybody? Anybody? Drone footage of giant turbines blown over by Typhoon Yagi at Mulan Bay, Wenchang City. This is in China. Huge typhoon that just massively just destroyed the Far East. Probably Jack and Coke. Yeah, I'd be interested. Maybe old fashioned. No. Jeez. Took them out. Well, so much for renewable energy. I mean, at least those don't, you know, explode and leak radiation into the ocean. So I guess that's good on a plus side. Or at least those don't explode and leak oil into the ocean. So I guess on that level it's cool. But you need a whole lot of oil. You need a whole lot of oil to actually get those things mounted. So there's that. You can't really mount all those things with renewable energy, can you? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So we need a whole lot of oil in order to erect all those renewable energy type systems, and we're going to destroy the planet in the process. Oh, geez. As I feared, it's starting to get too warm in here for anything to work. We did too much talking. The world's infrastructure was built for a climate change that no longer exists. Or a climate that no longer exists, not a climate change. This is in Vietnam. It's hard to, sorry about the frame rate. Looks fine in the Twitter browser, but not so much in the StreamYard. Blowing off whole sides of the building. In the Pyrenees, 128 millimeters of rain fell in 6 hours. Everywhere in the Alps this summer, anomalous huge floods have been destructive. It's going to get real slow, guys. The rest of the day. You guys good? Can you still see me and hear me? Or did we get some? It looks like maybe some things were frozen. You guys still here? Oh. Put a wind turbine on your car, you can power indefinitely. Is that a zero? Okay. Okay, you can see me good. Okay. Sorry, it's getting real choppy, guys. Francine is a tropical storm that is coming ashore in Louisiana pretty soon. So that's the Pyrenees. A whole bunch of places got just pummeled this weekend, as Shani said. PTC 6 will soon be named as Tropical Storm Francine. The system is expected to steadily strengthen into a hurricane before making landfall over Louisiana on Wednesday. So, got a couple of days before we see that strengthen, and how much it will strengthen, we don't know yet. All right. I got minimal minutes left in this broadcast, guys, because it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, and plus if we do the nighttime stream, hopefully it will be cooled off enough tomorrow to do it without too much interruption. Okay. So keeping an eye on that, on Francine. We're going to have to bring back some other stories for tomorrow. But big story that came out is that the Hannibal Directive confirmed on October 7th which everybody said, you know, there's so many lies concocted about October 7th, which have been used to mask or cover for the atrocities that Israel is committing in the region. And most of the stories that they originally told about October 7th turned out to be fake. However, the story about Israelis taking out everybody in their line of fire, including Israelis, actually was true. Breonna Joy Gray, I covered it 7 months ago. Then after mounting pressure from AIPAC-backed U.S. representatives and Zionists at the Hill, I was fired. Remember that Breonna Joy Gray was fired for covering the story. And this is a while ago. And people have actually, this is one of those news stories that's true long before it's true, right? So people, you know, the stories were, you know, kind of out there, and people were already talking about them, and they're, you know, confirmed in several places, but they were buried. Right, people were fired for covering them, and they were, you know, buried, denied, etc. But now more confirmation that the original stories were true, right? And this is kind of disgusting. Israeli forces accused of killing their own citizens during or under the Hannibal Directive during October 7th chaos. And this is confirmed in several outlets today. Let's see if we can get another. An ABC News here. And, you know, what people already knew was going on, but they did their very best to deny. Hannibal at Aretz dispatch Azik attack zone came the command in October 7th. These words reported by Israeli newspaper Haaretz in July confirm what many Israelis have feared since the Hamas attacks on October 7th in southern Israel. Israeli forces have killed their own citizens. But supposedly Hamas did all these wild, crazy things. But they you know, all of those things have been proven false. Israeli authorities say more than 800 civilians and around 300 soldiers, God dang, were killed on October 7th. A number of Israeli hostages have since died in Gaza. Israelis are still reeling from the horror and the pain of the Hamas-led terror attacks. Hamas funded by Israel. And again, many people think that that was allowed to happen in order to keep Netanyahu in power. So huge demonstrations going on in Israel right now. The Israeli military is coming under increasing pressure to reveal just how many of their own citizens were killed by Israeli soldiers. They say right now 1,100. Pilots and police in the confusion of the Hamas attacks on southern Israeli communities. Survivors and relatives have been asking not just what went wrong, but whether the military invoked the controversial and supposedly rescinded Hannibal Directive. Supposedly. The doctrine written in 1986 in response to the kidnapping of Israeli soldiers in Lebanon gave permission for the Israeli forces to fire on enemies holding their comrades hostage, even at risk to those hostages. Its author said the directive did not allow captives to be killed, but critics say that over time an interpretation spread through the military that it was better to kill comrades than to allow their capture. It's legally, morally and ethically wrong. It's wrong on all counts. I don't know who's saying this, but that's true. After October 7th, there were some testimonies from Israeli civilians and military personnel that Israeli forces responding to the Hamas attacks killed their own citizens. In July, an Israeli newspaper, Haaretz, revealed commanders in the IDF gave the orders to fire on troops who had been captured by Hamas at 3 separate locations, explicitly referencing the Hannibal Directive. So, they denied it, but apparently it was explicit. This was a mass Hannibal. It was tons and tons of openings in the fence and thousands of people in every type of vehicle, some with hostages and some without, Colonel Haaretz said. Air Force pilots described the Yedioth Aeronaut newspaper to the Yedioth Aeronaut newspaper the firing of tremendous amounts of ammunition on October 7th at people attempting to cross the border between Gaza and Israel. Tank officers have also confirmed they applied their own interpretation of the directive when firing on vehicles returning to Gaza, potentially with Israelis on board. Fairly horrific. Incredibly horrific. Got maybe 1 or 2 more things to cover, guys. If you like the show, if you appreciate the show, if you enjoy the show, coming to you for free, $99, Monday through Friday. Whoop. Oh, almost jacked myself up there. Sorry about that. Monday through Friday, and you want to support the show, the best ways to support the show are with the direct donate links below the video, and on either of the platforms you're watching on. In the description box, there are plenty of links. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. Zelle is the best because there are no fees whatsoever. You can straight up send it to me for free. There's coffees, there's Patreon, etc. So if you'd like to support the show and you want to see the show continue to keep on going and grow, please consider supporting today. Many of you have supported the show, and you know who you are, and I appreciate you. Pat Labar asked me why I don't have an air conditioner because, well, my studio is not insulated, so there's no point in running an air conditioner here. And I have an air conditioner in my house, but I don't run it, partly because it's fairly expensive. It's not that hot in my house. I mean, like, I can manage the heat in my house. It would have to be much hotter for me to turn the air conditioner on, which I could, but I just don't. I have an air conditioner in my car. I turn that on when I need to, but I don't know. I just try to. Interestingly enough, when you accustom yourself to it, your body does acclimate. It's been, in the 100, 102, 104, 105 the last couple of days, and what I notice is after a while, I just kind of. If it went down to 95, I was like, oh, it actually feels pretty nice. I was like, your body just gets adjusted to whatever temperature it is. So mostly I'm okay. But when it's like 105, it does get kind of hard you do get a little bit, a little sluggish for sure. But thanks for asking, Pat. I do have an air conditioner in my garage, but there is just no point in running it. I need insulation in my garage. So, Yeah, it's just like pouring money out the window. It's just throwing dollar bills out the window. Just doesn't even work. I have a fan going. There's a fan going. But right now, at this moment in time, it's just, it's what is it? Well, it says it's 99 degrees, but I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Monica, come here. Sorry. Sorry. I've got bad jokes. Bad jokes. Monica, this is Bill. I need you to come over here right away. Need you to take some dictation. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I don't know why I'm making Bill Clinton jokes. It's, it was only 35 years ago or whatever the hell. Can I even? No. 25 years ago? 30 years ago. I can't even tell time anymore. That's like 25 years ago. Okay. I'm going to have to sign off soon, guys, because I think it has gotten to that point of too much heat. Woo. Yeah. It really has. Can you guys see me or hear me? We're looking at this post from Whitney Webb complaining about the Biden administration's economic policy. Guys, can you see me? Hello, can you see me? Are we here? Hope it's not anymore. You guys still there? I'm back. Okay. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I just conked out for a second. Sorry about that. I was trying to show this thing from Whitney Webb. Did you guys hear me complaining about the Biden administration's economic policy? Oops. Shit. It's real creaky. Real creaky. It's real creaky, y'all. Complaining about the Biden administration's economic policy designed by a cadre of former BlackRock executives could soon make you a cyber criminal. This is interesting. This is what the DOJ is calling Russian disinformation, which is pretty much any complaint anybody could have about anything, right? I know it's getting. Are we back on? I know it's getting really. I'm gonna have to. Can you see me and hear me, everybody? Are we here? Just let me know if you can see me or hear me. Otherwise, I'll probably have to sign off. You guys there? Okay, I guess you guys are here. Whitney Webb is really good. Uh, yes, but so this is potential Russian disinfo. Record inflation, unaffordable prices for food, risk of job loss for white Americans, privileges for people of color. I guess they're leaning on the right there. Well, that's interesting, right? Static, is that true? Anybody else got static? Let me know if it's true. Max, you can't see me or hear me? Not too bad. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here because it's just all right. We're going to get out of here because it's falling apart kind of quickly here. So, thanks guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. We're going to watch the debates together. Okay. I did get a I did get a contribution on PayPal from Oz last night. Thank you, Oz. I did get a contribution from Shawnee on Venmo. Thank you, Shawnee. I appreciate you. You guys are cool. I don't know if I've gotten any other ones. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Tor got me. Oh, somebody bought me 5 coffees. I don't know. It just says someone. So whoever you are, thank you. The someone buying me 5 coffees. I appreciate you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. I think that's it. Wait, hold on. I think that's it. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. Until next time. Peace.